Tuesday morning, everyone, and welcome to Perspectives. Wherever you are this morning, a hearty good morning to you. We are coming to you live this morning from the National Cricket Stadium, where in just two sleep and awake, we'll be here for the third Apex Test, West Indies versus England, here at the National Cricket Stadium. Have you gotten your tickets yet? Please get them. Don't let it run out on you. Remember, it starts on Thursday through to next Monday. I am Brenda Batiste, and it's a special edition of Perspectives. It is Tuesday, the 22nd of March, 2022, and I'm here with Senator Christopher Diali and Mr. Byron Campbell, our expert talk panel, and we have a very special guest this morning who are running our cricket affairs here on Island to tell us all about the upcoming test. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning, Brenda.
How are we doing? It's nice to see you all on a Tuesday morning.
Yes. You know, our executive producer has a way of bending your arms to get here. And of course, we love this program and what we do, so we're here happily.
I'll just say...
do our duties for cricket.
For Grenada. I'll just say, no words.
So yes, cricket is all in the air. I think the guys drew the last test match in Barbados, so Grenada seems to be the end all to get a result, and hopefully we get one. The two teams so far seem to be relatively equally matched, I would think.
I haven't looked on Sunday in particular. Based on what I saw, I would have to agree. Yeah.
But I know Byron wants to get into some local stuff.
I'm not back in England.
You're not back in England.
How we could back England? You're planning to back them?
No, I say I'm not backing them.
I mean, that goes without saying.
But as we said,
they won't be able to go back to Mount Morris if they're back in England.
I know.
Because, something interesting happened on the weekend. I met a young Grenadian who is self-taught, is an entrepreneur, young, and I would say is a millionaire, into software development. And for me, it was amazing but uplifting, that here's a young person that self-taught software development and not only making money for themselves, but assisting others in many different ways. Millionaire, on his own. And I was impressed with that. And I would like to see this person be more in the open and talk about their success so that they could be emulated and as an example of what is possible. So I was really impressed with that. I think that stayed with me. It's like, wow, it's possible.
Byron, I always say we are a lot of good young people. A few that are not what we call good, get all the press. But the good ones, like you're referring to this young person that
I'm not going to call their names and sort of keep them private. But
those just have extra energy that they express.
That's what you put it. I like that, Brenda.
I was like,
wow,
Chris.
You have a budding career in politics coming up. It's
like, wow. But the other thing that is on my mind today is agriculture and food, the war. And there's a relationship, obviously, and there's been a lot of talk about it lately, but it is a serious matter that everybody's now talking about food security and supply of food and what that war, the implications for particularly fertilizer in particular, and this, and what's going to be farmers' position and how we go forward. Chris, we probably need a whole program to talk about this, but I have a lot of concern about this. Not only, you see, in a war, there's different aspects of it. There is the military war, and the arms producers, they make a lot of money and it's profitable. And there's the economic war. And this economic war is touching the world. It's not affecting Russia alone. And when the West, so it seems to me it's a war against Russia and the West, when they impose the economic sanctions and so on, they do not sufficiently reflect on the implications for developing countries, particularly poor developing countries, Africa and other places, the Caribbean, everywhere, in terms of the supply of food. And a lot of cause for concern here because famine and the implications of that is enormous. It's huge. It's going to be that situation.
Well,
so
I
they
mean,
don't take, because what's happening, Chris, is that what the West is doing up is storing up. They have the money to buy bulk and save. You know, the poor countries can't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Prime Minister in his speech last week would have certainly highlighted it as well.
Yeah.
You know, he was concerned that this war, and we see it already happening in Caribbean Agro and the leveling of price increases. I think it came
implemented
effective
yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of the bakeries have said they delayed a little while, probably a week or so, but obviously bread prices are going to move, which is a staple in the diet, and all wheat-related products. So the farmers who do poultry farming and pig farming and so on, you expect that prices will move there again. So it affects us at the very core and at a very basic level in terms of food and what is happening there. But again, I keep saying that you know, even on the pump side, both Minister Bowen and Prime Minister indicated that, you know, they're not sure how long they can hold a $15 cap. And it may move to 16 or it may move to 17 over a phased period of time. But I always say, you know, we as individuals need to also examine our own situation and see how we can conserve and save.
There's a lot
I mean,
of
most
that.
of us drive around with our glasses up and AC running, which probably you don't need to do all the time.
That's correct.
And that is one way you could try to conserve.
I mean, even
fuel
had a U.S.
consumption.
president asking citizens to carpool. You know,
it's-
that's how critical it is.
It's one of those things that we're going to be challenged again. Remember, after the 2008 financial crisis, this is a crisis of another type.
Right.
Another time.
Coming
another
in
time.
terms of stretching our dollars and stretching our
Yeah.
creativity.
Indeed. And you spoke about the economic and the financial, but we often forget the social, the movement of refugees, the fact that human trafficking has gone up because as families try to cross the borders, they are you know, ending up all over the place. And that too is a really huge impact, because once humans start being displaced and impacted negatively, we know what happens. But insofar as food and the security issues, I was looking at a program with Christian Amanpour, my favorite journalist ever, and she had some really good guests. And basically what they all concluded and presented empirical evidence on is that it's not that there's a scarcity of food in the world, but those who have the resources will hoard food, and we will have a problem because of our supply chain issues, which was started during the pandemic. So by the time it gets to countries like ours, of course, the high price. So that's the issue. So that is really where our food security issues come in, and that's what we have to address. On the other side of it, locally though, I don't see the need, other than pointing out probably challenges and flaws in the system which we can correct and recommending solutions. I find we are politicizing the global impact of what's happening in the world in Grenada. You know, when you listen to some voices, you get the feeling that this only happened in Grenada. And it's like there is some group of individuals that caused this. And I think we need to move away from that sort of base and simplistic thinking. And we really need to educate our people more and let people know what's happening. And that's incumbent on the media. Instead of every day we highlighting social media stories, we probably should highlight more of what's happening in the world and how it's impacting the world, of which Grenada is a part. That's my 2 cents on that.
The only other thing I raise on the war issue is the cyber security and cyber attacks issue. We're seeing it happening here too as well.
Yes, it has happened here.
It has started here. Some entities are already being subjected to some degree of compromise. So that is another thing that the business community and government as a whole, as we seek to get more digitized, the financial sector, we have to pay particular attention to that cyber security issue, because that seems to be a proliferation of stuff.
Well, the United States, they said it under threat of a cyber attack from Russia. And we know the Russians are the best at this in the world. So
we have to just be careful.
I just think the focus should be on how, I mean, the war will end. So I just think more resources should go into ending it. In other words, most wars ended through political settlement, and clearly rather than everybody increasing the economic war or the military war.
Before we
you
move
know.
on to more fun things,
Let-
though, what do you guys, on a serious note, what do you guys think is the end game for this?
Well, I mean, the end game at the end of the day is whether or not they will get Ukraine to back off in joining the EU and causing security issues for Russia. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
They
Neutralize.
seem to be having compromise on that as
Yeah.
well as we go forward, because nobody wants the war to continue. So in the background negotiations, you're hearing some compromise coming
Yeah.
on that. So I believe that is where it's going to end. Putin doesn't want to end up showing that he's a loser in this war.
Yeah.
So he has to manage that as well. So there will be some compromising on both sides. But for us in this part of the world here, I just think that we need to, the positive for me, Byron, is the food security issue.
Yeah.
It has put the focus on the radar on that, and
Yeah.
probably we can now get some real material interventions to deal with that, and of course deal with, and alongside that, in parallel to that, deal with the issue of breeding and larceny, and
Yeah.
probably that will highlight.
In fact, I think
for
there's a
us
meeting
today or tomorrow.
today
I
or
think.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
in
dealing with it.
Grenada,
So
yeah.
I believe,
Yeah.
I think the police is going to be heavily
Yeah.
involved in that. I think it's their meeting. So it's one of those things that probably is a positive spin-off as a result,
Yeah.
highlighting the issues we have in the food security and how breeding and larceny affects that.
And
to
Chris,
some
just
degree.
briefly too, I think, and we'll have a lot of time in future programs to talk about this, but the implication of the CBI programs, not Grenada, but the CBI programs
Yeah.
around the
The
world
attack-
generally,
the attack on
particularly
CBI.
on CBI, and there's the dialogue moving in the direction of saying 2 to 3 years, 4 years maximum. In other words, at this time, we need to start thinking at alternatives. If you look at Dominica, 55% of Dominica revenue, recurrent revenue, comes from CBI. So
Well,
it's significant for a lot of countries.
It's more than that.
And
Yeah.
55%.
Yeah,
But not
that's it.
because a group of people sit
Yeah.
in Europe and say
Yeah.
you need to end it by 2025.
Yeah.
You just sit down and say yes.
No. I'm just
No,
saying. I'm
no,
just
it's
saying
a
that the signals probably strategically plan
to deal with
alternatives.
them, because I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
all of us in CBI.
It has to happen
Yeah.
from a regional
Yes, yes,
standpoint.
yes,
Yeah. Anyway, let's move to more fun things. Those are important discussions of what is happening globally and how it's impacting us locally as well. So thank you so much, Senator Diali and Mr. Campbell, for your expert interventions on global matters, which is impacting us in a serious way locally. So we are getting ready for cricket. Lovely cricket. And as I say, lovely cricket, I just see the sun just burst through the room, so that is a sign of something good. Normally when we say cricket, rain comes, but let's hope in this case that doesn't happen here in St. George's, Grenada, for the third test between the cricketing rivals, great cricketing rivals, that is the West Indies and England. Here with us this morning is none other than Mr. Troy Garvey. Troy Garvey is the chairperson of the organizing committee for this third test and is playing a pivotal role in the management of things, cricket logistically and everything else. So we say good morning to Mr. Garvey. Welcome back. We had you last week. Starting to feel right. Good morning.
Good morning to you, and I must say a very special thank you for reaching out at this crucial point as we prepare to deliver the game. And again, thanks to you and the listeners, the viewers on your platform, to really, because the feedback we got from the last time we had the discussion was simply amazing, and we thought it was best to try to continue as we continue to build on to Thursday. But just to backtrack a bit, I think the discussion you were having before was so very important, and the points made, and I sincerely hope that you'll be able to continue and amplify on it, because it's so critically important. Because the Prime Minister spoke on these issues, but everybody saw it as just, that doesn't concern us, or that doesn't, this, and some of the powers that be, or the voices, as you say, echo those sentiments. Oh, we have our own problems here. That is our problem,
Correct.
directly or indirectly.
Correct.
And the role of the media, or the lack of a media here now in Grenada, is so important to really echoing and directing and shaping opinions, that I think is crucial, and I think that you should continue in that, along that line. It's crucially important to country and our development, and especially moving forward in the now.
Yeah.
But back to cricket, as you say.
Good.
I just thought I should just add my 2 cents
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know,
We're going to take you up on that.
Yeah.
you know, and back to cricket. You know, you ask for things, and sometimes it's amazing when they all just come together the way you wanted them to. It's like planning the whole year for Christmas and you keep telling mommy and daddy you want a bicycle. And come Christmas morning, there's one under the Christmas tree. I think we were looking forward to a great test match. We were looking forward to having visitors here. We were looking forward to the third test being an important test and not having the series already undecided.
Right.
And all these things just came into play. We have been looking at the game in Antigua and the game in Barbados. And what echoed and resonated most with me, the comments of the commentators, Ian Bishop, Ambrose, and these guys, the comments of the players, the captains, and the management as relates to the pitch and field. And I stood there each time smiling and saying to myself, yes, Troy, it's coming together right. The reason why I'm saying this is that I knew what we had, I knew what we were doing here. The most important thing about a game is the pitch and field and the 11 players using the facilities. And we saw what was available to them in Antigua.
Dead pitches.
We saw what was available to them
Well,
in...
the
dead
batters may
pitches.
say good pitches for them.
But no, it might not necessarily be because it make batting
were
even
bored.
much harder.
Yeah, they were
because
bored.
and the consistency of the bounce and the movement of the ball is not consistent. So, and I knew what we were doing here. We had the time, we had the expertise, and like I walked out onto the field this morning and I said to myself, using a terminology, look, these are the heroes. These are the guys who are out there right now from since 5 o'clock this morning who are going to make the difference and have this country looking good in the eyes of all the cricket experts and pundits around the world with the quality of pitch and field that we deliver here on Thursday. And I feel very comfortable and confident in terms that we are going to see a difference from what we saw in the 2 previous test matches. So all things just came together. The conditions, in
Grenada, we can't have dead pitch. We're spicy people.
well, true, but as we speak, I think the teams are here. The teams start practicing as early as 9 o'clock this morning. So everything is just slowly, as I told persons.
Some people taking a morning run in my area.
As you tell people, from since earlier in the week you saw visitors, you start seeing persons coming walking around St. George's, coming to the stadium to have a look at
busy too.
Where their seats are. You see I saw Nazim a day or two ago posted the activities at the Points Lane
in the
International
sky.
Airport.
The activity in the sky.
The number of arrivals, and so yesterday, and you saw the CWI charters, and all the various carriers coming in. And as I said, something is happening. It makes there's that feel of excitement. And I think that, it brings all the stars are aligning for us.
When we left last week, we were at the stage of only vaccinating.
But that's what I'm saying. A number of things have happened since. Okay,
and tell me the impact on ticket sales. If there is an impact so
right
far.
now as we speak, Grenadians are always very slow to purchase a ticket.
And we last minute people.
We are last minute people because sometimes we have to juggle. It might just be $25, but we have to understand that I can't spend it now. I have to wait till Friday because that had to go into bus fee until that time. So there are a number of factors that will determine. What we have seen over the past, since Monday, yesterday, a constant flow of persons coming to the box office, making purchases and getting tickets. A lot of the sales have been done online, most of it, through the visitors coming in. So we have an understanding of some of the numbers. We are not very happy in terms of local participation and input. So things are being done to encourage persons to get tickets. One, after discussions and the Ministry of Health analyzing the situation in the country, it was decided, looking at what happened in Carriacou Carnival and what has been happening since, it is a risk that we can take to say we will remove that mandate as relates to vaccinations. And that was done. We had negotiations with CWI over a 24-hour period, and we signed off on it as quickly as possible, got it out there. So that changed the entire landscape of getting persons in.
Actually, they announced it before us.
Well, no.
CWI.
Well,
yeah.
It was timed.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister gave some indications in his speech.
Yeah.
Since then, we were working behind the scene.
Yeah.
So we waited until the Prime Minister spoke, heard what he had to say, signed off on what had to happen, and then we asked for CWI to say, look, as a result of.
Great.
But the Ministry of Health had to give the final sign-off. We got that, and that was put
that
into
worked
place.
well. That worked well.
So the timing was perfect. And we are hoping that we will see that level of impact. What that did to us, that allowed children to be able to come into the ground now.
Right.
So we have started now seeing how we can target the schools to get some of the kids here probably on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So all these things open doors for us to do a bit more. It's short. It's a short period of time, but we have to work as quickly as possible.
That's great, because traditionally in the West Indies, that's a big feature for us, that our school children attend the games.
Yeah.
And since the pandemic, all games across the region, we have not seen that.
But Grenada continue to
so that would
serve
be great.
as a template.
Yeah.
We saw what happened at the national championships a couple weeks ago. And remember, with the South African tour, we were the first country to allow spectators into the ground. And now we're the first country at that level to reach international standards to allow vaccinated, unvaccinated persons. It sends a powerful message to the region and to the world that this country, look, we're on the right path, we're doing some of the right things, and we are ready to re-engage again at that level. So it's just so crucially important that all those elements are just coming together with this event here at the end of March that is so powerful and positive for a country.
Indeed.
Troy, I'm coming to the cricket. What's available for me in terms of logistics, protocols, where we understand the protocols in terms of vending? Would I be able to purchase lunch here? What are the side events? Tell me, what do I expect at the stadium? Yes, the cricket ultimately...
It's going to play.
Yeah, but
what else?
The
What else?
The experience.
We have been...
Experience.
The visitor experience is something that we are focused on. And all kudos, all compliments to the Tourism Authority for taking the lead in that regard. On entering the facility, if you look on the outer area, you will see that we have spruced up, we are boating the landscapers and done a fantastic job outside the area to give it a uplift, a good feel. There will be what we'll consider to be a fan zone in the area out there, which will have tents with vendors selling different things, engaging persons before and after the game. Once you come in, of course, you will have your drink. You can bring your coolers within the restricted elements that as stipulated by CWI. But on the inside, you'll have the taste of Grenada, things of Grenada.
I'll be able to purchase lunch?
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
Yes, you
vending.
could. Yes, you
Taste
know.
of Grenada.
You will be able to come in and have the coolest beer, enjoy the best beer, eat some good, Grenadian food on the inside. The vendors most, if not all, of the vending spaces have been taken, and it's up to them to create that Grenadian feel as much as is possible. But the opportunities are there for persons. That's why we sought to engage persons and say, look, these events are happening. How do you position yourself as a result to take advantage of? It's not just cricket. It's before, it's after the game. It's not, the game is going to play from 10 o'clock on Thursday morning.
Each day of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's important is the activities off the field. On the field of play at 10 o'clock in the morning, that bell is going to ring. And the umpire is going to say play. We are very comfortable with that. What happens after 5:30 when the hundreds and thousands of persons leave the facility to get back home? The opportunities for the bus drivers, for the taxi operators, for the person selling the drinks and the barbecue along the way, it's all part of the experience. It's all part of the Grenadian experience. I remember, I still have the picture on my phone of right outside River Road the last time the English were here.
And the Australians.
Yeah.
And the Australians, you know, that's what you want to see.
It's amazing.
That is what you want to
Yeah.
see. It's not just about the game. The game brings these things that the average person and the country as a whole will benefit. And what is so important is how we engage persons and the message and the impression that these people leave the country with to ensure that they come back to the country.
You know, on my way in this morning, I was walking past the construction works outside. And I remember last week you saying that the contractor was going to do what he had to do to make sure everything looked, you know, aesthetically pleasing.
You can show, they have suspended work as of today.
Yes, and you are correct. Everything looks so much better now on the way coming in.
It's a safe
the
zone.
Contractors have done their part, so
No.
that is.
And we need to commend them
Yes,
because one of the
yes.
things that happened is they did not stop work at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
They were here 1 a.m. in the morning. They worked right
Look,
through.
and I like people like believe.
outside. Yeah.
Look, we're looking at the outside, and
Yeah, that's the
that's the entrance
zone.
guard. Yeah, that's part of the fan zone, and persons
That's the
think
fan zone?
no, yeah,
won't be putting up the
it will-
tents.
Yeah, the tents, and so I will
Okay.
go along the perimeter of the other facility, and it will incorporate into all these things. So if you see, what would have been nice to see the before and the now picture, but I think it's a mass improvement. We have done so much more, and we will continue to do more. A lot of persons think it's just about probably me or a committee. It's not. It's about everybody coming together, pooling the resources. The guys on the construction site, and I'll probably single out Roger, who is on the site manager and a guide. These guys have been so helpful. Roger and his team has been so helpful in terms of doing what they're supposed to do and delivering in a timely manner. Is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I was amazed this morning from last week to now. I mean,
And
I was there last
this
week, so I know what it
afternoon,
looked like.
and by this afternoon, you will see much more because they're in the process of washing down the area, putting up their final fencing, putting up all the signage. So it's a
I
safe
was
zone.
just really impressed by the commitment that they gave to it. I mean, you know, typically we're not the kind of people that would work all midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning to deliver things.
Not
I
that-
was really impressed by that.
Not
so,
that crew.
So
Not
kudos.
That crew. And I
yeah,
sing out
kudos.
Roger and the creative team since we had the meeting with the consultant and also the contractors and so, and we had a clear understanding. It was bang on, and I think these guys must be congratulated, must be thanked for ensuring that.
Well, I was
these things are
outside,
done.
look, we getting
They're
shots
still
of them
working,
right there
they're
now.
still working.
As we
Working.
speak,
Cleaning
that
the
is
pot.
live, and that is just part of it. And these guys have been going for the past 2 days, getting rid of the dust, and right behind them will be the
Power washers.
Will be the power washers, you know, coming in. As a matter of fact, I spoke to them yesterday. I said, "Do you need extra assistance? Because we were going to try to get the fire tenders to come with the help." He said, "No, Troy, we are cool. We'll take care of that. We'll ensure it happens." And we've seen it happen. We've seen it happening
And
right
this
now.
morning, Troy, I was looking out at the field. I was here earlier. I wanted to look at the field and look at the stadium, the seating area, and all of that, and what was happening there. And I was so impressed to see that, you know, the guys who were out there on the field early this morning, you know, tendering the grass, taking out worker things here and there, and at the same time, the lawnmower guy was up and down doing the
Well,
final cuttings.
Richie.
That's not the final cuttings. They will cut that grass every day, twice a day,
Right.
to keep a particular height.
So-
Yeah.
And there are a number of things that are being attended to. These guys will be on the ground from 5 o'clock in the morning until nighttime when they put on the final covers. As I said, these are the heroes.
Yeah. I mean,
These
I
are the
was
heroes.
impressed just looking at them this morning. I know these guys are committed and they work hard, but you know, just seeing them in action this morning,
And
knowing that
especially
the
now,
match starts on Thursday.
these 3 days before day one, it's an intense period.
Yeah, look, we're getting some shots of
it's
it now.
focus
And
and
actually, we're not just only getting shots, we're going to go to the field.
and that is
um,
the person who he's about to engage is Mr. Ken Crafton. He is from St. Lucia, actually.
He's in charge of the
He is the CWI head
Curator,
curator.
right.
Excellent guy. And there are a number of reasons. Like he explained why the pitch conditions were the way they were in Barbados.
Okay.
He explained why. And despite them trying to get them to do certain things which were not done. But we have developed a very good relationship with him, the local team, and it's simply amazing that how all these things are going to come together and are coming together as we speak right now.
Kudos to your committee, Troy. You
Yeah.
guys have been
I
working
think
hard in the background. And
No,
you
I
take
think
some
it's
kudos.
everybody. We have been able to pull together. Everybody have their, and it's the police.
Yeah.
It's, you know, as I mentioned, the GTA, the ground staff, the creative contractors on the outside.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody played their role, you know.
Lots of moving parts.
Lots of moving parts.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the Cricket Association,
Oh,
who will deliver the game at from Thursday.
Yeah.
We do all the logistical planning and
Yeah.
all the work before, and the LOC, that's under the Cricket Association, will come together with the CWI team that's on the ground to manage and deliver the event for 5
Right.
days.
From your end, if you had a number for your deliverables, let's say from 1 to 40, where would you say you're at the moment?
I would say we are at the right place. We will get there. We'll get there
You
by.
won't pick a number?
No, we'll get there by Thursday morning.
Smart.
Because there are certain, there are certain little things that we have to tweak. And personally, because when I do things, my mindset is kind of different. You know, I'm a kind of a perfectionist. I like to look at, you know how But
Talk a little
Right.
about security.
Anyway, before we move on, let's take a quick break. It's Perspectives. We'll be right back.
Never in my wildest dreams would I have anticipated an Olympic Games during a pandemic. As if preparations weren't tough enough, coronavirus became a new hurdle for me to overcome. And hurdling is not even my event. Nevertheless, I accepted my fate. There was so much to achieve and so many people counting on me. I had to do what I had to do. And one of those necessary steps was getting vaccinated. Not only to protect myself and my loved ones, but also because I was determined to secure another win for my country. Not even a pandemic would get in the way of that mission. I know my people well, and I know that the determination I possess is not a trait unique to just myself. It's in every Grenadian, the will to overcome and that desire to win. The fact of the matter is that if we as a people intend to come out of this pandemic victorious, we too must do what is necessary. We must follow the protocols such as social distancing, wearing a mask properly. We must listen to the experts. We can make certain lifestyle changes to boost our health, like exercising regularly, eating the right foods. And also, we must strongly and absolutely consider getting vaccinated against COVID-19 and its variants. As someone who is vaccinated, I feel confident in being home, being able to participate and run again. And that's my dream, to see families running on the beaches again, to see children running on the playgrounds, shopkeepers running their businesses, bus drivers running the roads, and the love and happiness running through the heart and spirit of us all Grenadians. There's no one solution, but if we take the necessary steps, we will get back on our feet and we will get running again.
Welcome home.
Get Vax. It's your best shot. Hello.
A message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back to Perspectives. If you're just joining us this morning, it's a special edition as we get ready for the third Apex Test, West Indies versus England, right here at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. We now take you pitch side as Mr. Byron Campbell, he's there ready to give us a sight and the feel of everything that is happening out in the middle Mr. Campbell, how does it feel out there?
Morning. It's amazing. You know, this is my first time out here in the middle, as it's called, and it's manicured. I've never seen anything like this. It's really, but I'm here standing with Mr. Crofton. He's actually an expert grounds person. Could you introduce yourself to us?
As I said, my name is Kent Crofton. I'm the Cricket West Indies regional curator. So the regional grounds manager.
So you've seen the grounds in the other territories, Antigua, Barbados. How does this one compare?
Well, honestly, first of all, I'm really impressed with what Kevin has done over the past few weeks. I know he was challenged with the usage of the ground, but it has come a very, very long way. Really satisfied. Compared to the rest, the outfield in Barbados was in very, very good condition. Antigua could have been a little better, but here I can say it's in immaculate condition.
So as you look at this pitch, usually they refer to a pitch as a bowling wicket. How would you predict this one to be performing?
Well, traditionally, Grenada has always produced runs. It's a good, batting wicket. What we have done in this occasion is to try to leave as much grass as possible on the surface to allow the bowlers at least to get some kind of movement that will encourage them to bowl and get wickets.
Explain to us what's happening right here now, in terms of the equipment and what is it doing in terms of this.
Well, this is the pitch we'll be using for the test match. So right now we're just doing our early morning rolling. We just took up the covers. So we'll be giving maybe like a 20-minute roll. Just press down the clay as much as we can. And basically that's part of our maintenance.
When would the inspection be done, the official inspection, so to speak, and who does it?
Well, the ICC officials will be here sometime today or tomorrow to conduct the basic inspection as to the boundary size and what equipment we're going to be using during the games and those kind of things. But in terms of the final preparation, I think I would come in to ensure that we have produced the best that we can.
Scale of 1 to 10, how do you give it at the international level?
Here is ready, so
yeah.
ready means 10. You're ready.
Wow,
ready.
wow.
Yes.
Colleagues, you heard that? 10. So that's amazing.
Yeah,
Any questions you want to ask Mr. Crofton?
Mr. Salisbury?
Yeah, Byron, my comment to the gentleman and question obviously is that, when you see all the guys on the pitch this early in the morning doing all the preparatory work, kudos to all of them. And I want to, of course, thank all of them because, this is going to be a pivotal part of the match. The play, the field, the pitch, and how everything happens and comes together. So my question to the gentleman is, based on what he has seen so far, is he expecting us to have an exciting match? Probably, based on how they perform, do we expect a result in Grenada?
Okay, my colleague there, Senator Yal, he's asking, do you expect a result in Grenada? What's your prediction? What do you anticipate based on your experience elsewhere?
Well, for sure, what I would like to see a result. We all like to see results in games. The conditions we have here should lead us to a result.
Yeah.
There's no 100% guarantee. It depends on how the players play sometimes. But I think we have a wicket that should produce a result.
What would rains do to the outfield? Of course, your centre will be covered. But what would showers do to it?
The Grenada National Stadium dries extremely quickly. So if it's not raining at the time, I don't think the weather would prevent us from playing.
Excellent. So what do you say about the local grounds persons that have been working here for the past couple of months?
Right, as I said earlier, really impressed with the work that was put in over the past few weeks. And they have made in fact that they have given a good account of themselves, and I'm happy with what they have done.
Colleagues, here we are.
Troy is here with us, so Troy could help us with some of this. Troy, normally, we're hearing from Mr. Crofton, who is the regional head, but our own person here, I know we shy away from cameras and so on, but I'm sure as a team, the group have been really heroic in what they've done in delivering this. So
I've never shied away from the opportunity to congratulate Mr. Holas and his team. As I said, these are the unsung heroes. Again, it would have been nice to have the before and after pictures because really and truly that field was overused coming in from the end of last year.
Yes, it was parched. It was
into this year. Yeah. And what they have done over the past 6 weeks have been tremendous. Ken has mentioned it, that he has been in close contact with and continues to offer guidance. And when he came onto the ground, it was amazing. In terms of the role of the Ministry of Sport, when we went to say, look, we need a budget, even the cutters, I can tell you we have spent over close to $50,000 just trying to get those 2 cutters to the level and to the quality which we need to have.
Right.
You know, it's not just as simple as it looks. It's not just cutting the grass.
Right.
It's the way the grass is
Right.
cut. There are a number of things.
Well, he mentioned the word manicured.
Well, that, really and truly, that's how it is.
No, it's true,
So,
colleagues. It's a different experience being out here when
Right.
you're able to look at it close up.
Right.
It's incredible. This is all I would say. Very lovely out here.
Byron, you and I were looking at it from a distance.
Oh,
this
you
morning.
don't see the full dimensions. Dimension of it. You have to be in it, on it, to feel it, to experience it.
Yes.
Wow.
So we expect that the players are going to have a great time.
I think so.
Doing their work on that field.
Kudos to all the ground staff. You know, I think they've done an excellent job.
Yes.
As Mr. Crofton. Any final words, sir?
Well, I wish all the best. Or we deliver a good playing conditions for the test match. I'm happy with the support of the Grenadian people, and I must say the Prime Minister, he gave us a look up on Sunday, which I find was absolutely special. He came on the ground.
On the ground.
On the ground to lend us that support, and so it's very good. Everybody's involved, and I'm looking forward to see a really good game.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, colleagues, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Campbell. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just, I'm looking at the stadium and just looking out there and it's just, Grenada, it's just beautiful.
But what about the players' pavilion? And
the players'
No, that's
facilities,
right.
and the players' facilities are always taken care of. They are
Yeah.
when you do all deliverables, there's certain things, there are certain priority areas.
And the press area as well.
Players must be at top level, okay? As a matter of fact, there will be an inspection. The event team will be on the ground from 10 o'clock this morning to do a walkthrough, do an inspection of all the facilities. It's done before so we can tweak and twist and turn.
Right.
I'm pretty comfortable where we are. The stadium staff, Ms. Fields and our team has done a fantastic job to get this facility the where it is. As a matter of fact, it's not just on the pitch and field, it's the entire, from the players to the media, there are a number of things, making the spaces available, ensuring it's in great condition. And there are a number of other things behind the scene that we take for granted that they have been addressing over the past 6 weeks, and I've been on their case. Sometimes they're scared to answer my call because this is not done right. Let's get this done right.
So let me ask you a question, Troy, about, yes, we have in a situation where we'll be unvaccinated, vaccinated, come to the games, children. Would there be any protocol in terms of wearing of masks, sanitizing and so on?
At the entrance, you will see the signage encouraging persons to wear masks. I think we are at the stage where it's a personal responsibility. Ensuring is not just, you should not be mandated, you have to do this. It's the Ministry of Health, the government is pretty comfortable in where we are right now in terms of handling this pandemic and what's happening on the ground. And this can probably change on the flip of a dime with something happening and we have to revert to where we were. But I think it's your own personal responsibility in terms of what you do, with whom you're doing it, and you need to be very aware and conscious about these things. So I think you should walk with your mask. If you're in a space that you do not feel comfortable, you should use your mask. But we have a large facility here. It's over 12,000 people, and we're not expecting that. We're trying to encourage as much persons as is possible to come enjoy the game.
And
This is test
and
match.
use the breadth of the
fresh
facility.
air,
to ensure that.
This test match, one of the things probably we may be challenged with crowds. I was looking at the crowds in Barbados, which was pretty good on the last day, the day before, the Saturday, the weekend.
But really and truly, it was. If you look at it very, very closely, and even the captain, the West Indies captain, complained that there was lack of support, West Indian support.
Yes,
it was
that's the point I was
heavily.
getting to.
It was heavily. Over 90% of the persons in Barbados was English supporters, and you'll understand why. And that is why we're putting that trust, that emphasis here to try to get Grenadians. Let us come out and enjoy the game. There are great incentives. There are discounts at the box office. 50, and it's not just for Grenadians. Huh? Caribbean nationals will get the same discounts at the box office or online. We need to let persons know that. So once we say local, we say Caribbean local, it's across the board. So if you're here from St. Lucia or from Trinidad, you will get the same discount that a Grenadian is getting at the box office. So it's crucially important that we understand these things.
Yeah.
So let us come and have that great experience right now, because
Bring the drum and the horns and
let's
and
come
the
out.
whistles and,
It's 5 days.
and the posse stand.
The approach is going to be different. It's not a matter of hitting sixes. It's a matter of trying to consolidate a victory over 5 days. I'm sure that the British they're probably here, analyze what they see out there, and we need to come. It's a match of width between two superpowers.
Right, right.
It is a great rivalry. West Indies, England, the Richards Botham Trophy, and it's just a great feel.
We're showing some of the, I think just adjacent there, the Royal Louis Junior Murray. That's close by. Is that mainly where folks are gonna occupy, or are we going using the width of the stadium?
We have opened the entire facility.
Right. Okay. Good.
We have opened the entire facility. I think what you're looking there, that's size of the members pavilion.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the eastern
Oh, yes,
side
that's the
of the
other
members
side, right.
pavilion. We have opened, when you look at that grass coverage on that field, it's almost 100% grass coverage on those strips. And the strip I think that they're doing right now is for the practice session this morning. And you'll see they're putting all the elements in place to ensure the nets and so are there for that practice session. So it's just a great vibe. We said it's going to come together at the right time, and we see the pieces come together quite nicely, right at the right time.
The curator used the word immaculate to describe the pitch out there. Troy, how did that make you feel? I saw a big smile on your face.
Yeah, because as I said, we were monitoring, and I was looking at what the technical aspect of the delivery, and looking at the pitch and field, and was saying, our wicket can be better, our wicket can be greener, our wicket can have more bounce, our wicket can be more consistent. I was saying so constantly, and we saw it in Antigua, we saw it here, and we're hoping that, I think that we did the work. We did the work, and to ensure that it's at least different to what they've been playing on for the past 2 test matches, and we're quite comfortable. We are hoping, keeping our fingers crossed, that it works well.
Yeah.
And I think it would. And even at this time, we're leaving no stone unturned.
Well, absolutely, because I mean, even to get a visit from the Prime Minister on Sunday morning.
Well, actually, it was Saturday afternoon.
That just shows the level of priority this has been given.
I think that we all know the gentleman that we're dealing with. We all know our Prime Minister in terms of his love for the game and his love for young people. And he came by, he showed up and wanting to know what was going on, wanting to have an understanding of what's happening. And of course, being a former cricketer, a former captain of Greenwood's player, he had his 2 cents in show of telling Ken and the team, you don't want to see what we have been seeing in Barbados. You want to see life. You want to see some pace in the strip. And I see Byron stole piece
so
of
Mr. Campbell is back, and I see you took a piece of the pitch.
No, it's a weed.
Or the outfield.
This is a weed, not the type.
Senator Diali had to leave us, so yes.
No, but being out there, I mean, what an experience. When you're up close, you have a different perspective. And it's so, use the word manicured, and that's why you have a curator, because this thing is like perfect. The lines are perfect, the grass is even.
And even when you look down, when you see the field with the overhead cameras, the main cameras above your level, you will see the patterns on the field that you see they have been working on. There are a few areas when we brought the field down to the level that creates some problem, because it's a blade of grass. Just let me do the blade of grass. If you can see, this is the top of the grass. there's the green to the top.
Yeah.
But when you cut down, you get to the brown part. So
Yeah.
that's the part you'll be seeing.
Yeah.
So we have been treating, watering, to try,
Right.
and as you say, we'll cut every day.
Yeah.
The grass will be cut this morning, they cut this morning, they'll cut this afternoon, and they'll be doing this until every day until Monday.
Another observation is that the facilities, as I was getting down to the middle, and yes, we know that the stadium is due for major retrofitting, upgrade, but still I think the authorities have done a very good work in terms of removing bad furniture and chairs, and it looks really very good. So,
Again,
so things are in order.
I'm
Very
not
good.
going to sit here and try to think that this was my doing.
Yeah.
It was the come together of the team and the stadium staff under Ms. Fields and Mr. Luzon
Yeah.
did a fantastic
Yeah.
job, and,
Yeah,
and they are
kudos to them.
continuing to
Yeah.
Kudos to them.
Yeah.
to check
Yeah.
the seats,
Yeah.
remove
Yeah.
the seats,
Yeah.
and they up until Thursday they'll be cleaning and power washing and trying
Yeah.
to have the place
Yeah.
in the best possible condition. And you will see, as you look at the pictures now, you will see we have moved seats, ensuring that the seats are in good condition, and all these. It's
Yeah.
it's
Actually
an
looking
ongoing
as if we have a color coordination
Yeah,
going, but
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
that.
yes.
it's hold on, understanding some of the seats have been there since 2006.
That's correct.
Yeah, in the sun.
And the
In the
bright
sun,
and the brighter ones
And
are the
brighter
new
ones,
ones.
We had to remove the
Yeah,
upper levels
yeah, yeah.
to ensure
Yeah.
that the seating
Yeah.
bowl.
Yeah.
No,
is
but I'm
safe
saying
and
just
secure.
the vista, the image of it looks as if
You
it's
know.
something that was
Yeah.
coordinated, but is not.
I'm hoping that you will not be seeing seats.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
but-
hoping that you will see
People,
bodies.
but Troy, you talk about this. Here's the thing, and I want to raise this with you. The question of affordability, is there. The other issue is that of West Indian cricket in general. Where it's been struggled over the years, inconsistency. Where is it going? I mean, you have a new age cricket, so to speak. I'm not
you
familiar.
have to understand
Yeah.
there are a number of factors. There are a number of factors. As we track back, the West Indies, we were the best at this at one point, the best in the world. Clive Lloyd,
Yeah.
Vivian Richards, Gordon Greenidge, Desmond Haynes, Kirtley Ambrose, Walsh. They were the best. The late Malcolm Marshall. And over the years, we slid, and right now we're hovering in terms of the big 8 teams. We're 6, 7, we're hovering there.
Yeah.
It's a process. But there are a number of factors in terms of the support. The world has changed. Young people now are more into their smartphones. Back in the day where you had your transistor radios to hear what's happening in cricket. Cricket was a mainstay. There are a number of other sports of track and field now, and football enjoy a greater prominence at the cricket. And I believe it's all because we have not been as successful as we were. But Baron, there's still the diehards like yourself who would like to enjoy a test match. Sit
Absolutely.
And enjoy
Yeah.
C5. Although it's hard to explain, 5 days of cricket and not having a
So how do you
result.
get the new generations, the younger
Well,
person
as we talk
involved?
about a new generation, we're looking at the party stand,
Yeah.
and all the seats were removed from the party stand.
Because most of those
Because-
seats were
yeah,
damaged and broken.
and so no, but what it does is heighten the experience of the young people you guys are stressing on here,
Yeah.
that will be enjoying the
Yeah.
fun and the music and the jive and all of that, showing the English the English visitors just how we bust our wine and all of that. That's what will be happening over there in the party stand area. So it's bigger, more space to waylele and enjoy the cricket. I just thought I'd inject that part for my party people.
Yeah. And there'll be music there, Troy?
Yeah,
If there'll be music
I'm
there,
asking, I don't know. Yeah.
But we just want to manage expectation in terms of it is not a T20.
No, exactly. Yeah.
It is not a one-day
Test
international.
cricket.
Yes,
It's
test cricket.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's why the attention that has been paid to what happens in terms of the experience over the 5 days is important, because people are coming in, watching ball go on to bat
Yeah.
for 5 days, trickling along. So the DJ music, the ambiance, the events, the mini carnival that's going to be put on at lunchtime at every day at the stadium, those will be the things. The horns, the oil dung, the rivers.
As I said,
Those
it's an
will be the
idea to
things.
create a true rich Grenadian
Those will be the things.
Experience.
Yeah.
for not just for our visitors, but I often tell persons that we have to enjoy as a the whole terminology of a staycation.
Yeah.
We have to enjoy our country. There's so much
Yeah.
beauty here
Yeah.
that we take for granted.
Yeah.
And it's just an opportunity to once again to remind persons that it's ready. On screen right there, you're looking at the Players Pavilion.
Yeah.
The
Devon Smith Players Pavilion.
Yeah.
Just fantastic.
So really and truly, I think.
Well, I'm getting my tickets.
I mean, we come here every Monday, and I must say that,
Yeah.
I mean, we have been paying attention.
Yeah.
Although not, like airing it, and just, it's impressive what has happened over the course, especially the last 4 weeks.
I am.
It's non-stop work. I mean,
Yes,
what
Brenda,
happened
because we've been
outside.
able to see the progress and the transformation.
Remember the time we got very nervous?
Exactly. I said, is it going to happen? When? Where?
Yeah.
A lot of things were done at a distinctly different level. If you look at even the marketing rollout, what we have seen,
Yes.
you will see, from the airport to Soteres,
Yeah.
billboards, you see.
Top notch.
It was quite different to what we were accustomed to.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that making a final appeal, you can come.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, that's true. And the marketing did have an impact on me in wanting to attend the cricket. On what I saw on television, the billboards that I saw.
Yes, they're
It
lively.
said, Darren, you need to be there.
It's a pull.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And actually, those
It was.
placements are from arrival at Point Saline.
Yeah.
As you step off the plane, as you enter India, the first thing that you're going to see is one of those billboards.
Yeah.
Even
Okay.
in the GTA ads, yes, you hear bat and ball, you see bat and ball, but you see bat and ball not just in a formal way.
Yeah.
You see it in the community, you
Yeah,
see it
I
on
like
the
that.
beach, you see food, you see.
Was
So
well
it has
done.
been a lot of pull, like
Yeah.
a lure, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So that has helped. That
Yeah.
it's fresh
I
and
keep
it's
saying it,
appealing
I've been
and
mentioning it
seductive
over
and all of that.
and over. There's Petra Roach, Nico and Roberts, and the team at the GTA. They have been aggressive. They've been aggressive. They've been on the ball because I think they understood from the offset the importance of this event to Grenada, especially marketing to the UK market, and not taking for granted and taking advantage of all the opportunities possible. And they have put together that package. Petra has been seriously aggressive. She has been on the ball. 3 o'clock in the morning, your phone will go ping, and you realize it's Petra with a message or a concern or an approach, a suggestion. Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that?
Right.
And I think that's the kind of feel that you get, and that's the kind of energy we brought in terms of delivering these games. Must say kudos also to the RGPF.
Yes,
The
always.
security. What about security?
RGPF,
Traffic?
Well, you see,
traffic changes.
the power washing has begun. Lady just climbed the stairs with her power washer.
And the police,
Yeah.
they're going to
Any
play
traffic changes?
Well, I don't think there'll be major traffic changes, but
The usual ones.
in terms of monitoring and understanding what's going on. The
Okay.
good guys at the customs,
Yeah.
the airports authority,
Okay.
to ensure that the team and the charters and so came in and were able to
Seamless movement.
protocol.
a movement and through under Kerry and the protocol team.
Yeah.
Everybody just came together. At the right time, doing what they were supposed to do.
The dimension that comes to my mind has to do with the exposure Grenada would be receiving over that week or so. Internationally, millions of viewers will be on display, and the economic potential for this,
that is what
for the country.
That's what it's all about. To me, that's what is most important for the country.
Yeah.
That spin-off that will come from exposure. That spin-off, and also the little trickle down that will come with the taxi drivers, the vendors, all different persons that will get something as a result of. So I said, if the benchmark here for us is not, I would love to have 10,000 screaming fans in the stand. I don't think we would. But the benefits and the trickle down as a result of these two teams playing here for 5 days. You cannot, I do not think you can get a hotel room in Grenada right now.
Yeah.
The other side of it is as well, as we spoke about spin-off and all of that, is that in the game coming to Grenada, and these fans, the English fans in particular, following these are probably people that would not have ordinarily just gone online and booked a ticket to Grenada.
The cricket brought them here.
So here they
Yeah.
are, the cricket
cricket brought
right,
them
and
here.
so here
Yeah.
they are, and they are going to experience this island at many levels, and then they now would become holiday makers. So that is how that works.
That is
That's
how
the
it works.
incremental value of these
you
things.
cannot put, or you did not get 10,000 people here, so.
We like
No,
to,
that's not the measuring tool.
Yeah.
That is not the benchmark.
yeah, we
benchmark,
like to
yeah.
look at the top.
I met two gentlemen on Sunday. They didn't know who I was. They wanted directions. They were on Kirani Jean Boulevard, and they wanted directions. I said, "You here for the cricket?" "Yeah, we came here for the cricket." Yesterday, we were trying to get to the stadium, and we started a conversation. And he said, one of the first questions, when he understood who I was and the role I played, he said, "Will the pitch be different?" That was one of the first questions.
The whole world, the whole world is
I
asking
think
that.
With the cricketing world
Yeah.
is kind of concerned, like it or not.
Even even Indian fans were talking about that.
and they have some of the deadest pitches.
Yeah.
One thing the grounds expert said, this is a result pitch.
Yeah, I think there will be a result.
Yeah.
I cannot guarantee. I know where I would like it to go, but I think there's going to be a result. Looking at comparing
Yeah.
two previous pitches
Yeah.
and the pitch that's there. We have on that wicket. You have live, no dead grass on that wicket.
Yeah.
Normally, you see if there's an absence of grass,
Yeah.
you see they bring in the dead grass and roll it in. The grass that's there is live grass.
Oh, it's-
If you stop rolling and you water that grass
And
by
that makes-
tomorrow,
and
this is back up.
And that makes a difference because
It manages the bounce, the control, the movement on and off the field. The pacers, I'm sure that
Yeah.
when Roach and these guys come on the ground today, they will smile because they're seeing grass, they're seeing movement.
Right.
The toss, I do believe the toss is going to play a very important role. Who bats first
Yeah.
on that strip?
Okay.
Who bowls first out there
Yeah.
could be determine
Determine.
the outcome of the game.
right, and the box office is open from what
The
time?
box office is open from, I'm sure by now it's open. I
Okay.
know I've been getting mails and pings from, there's also a CWI rep, and the local staff will be doing a fantastic job. Stacy and the team out there have been doing a fantastic job dealing with the issues, the concerns of persons, the misunderstanding of information, and being patient. And I like to let persons know, be patient. It's not a matter of just I want a ticket and look at one. You have to determine where you want to sit, the costs, the discounts. You have to, and the ticket has to be printed. So each ticket has to be printed. So when you go to the box office, it's not a situation that I want 2 tickets here.
Yeah, it's not sitting there in a rubber band.
No, it's not.
It's created.
Each ticket has to be created
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
So your experience there will be about 3 to 5 minutes based on where
Okay.
you want to sit.
That's
So,
important for folks to know.
So persons
Yeah.
should expect that and understand that it's not just 1, 2, 3. You're not just taking something from a rubber band. and
There's
say,
a
"Here."
process.
There's a process involved, and there's a reason why.
Right.
Because we're using numbered seats for this event. So, but like I said, the posse stand, it's available. Those of you who like to look at the game square of the wicket, the Junior Murray Raw Lewis stand, it's available. And you have quite a variety of choices in the members pavilion
Yeah.
that you can go and select your tickets.
Okay, where are you going, Mr. Campbell?
Rollos.
He likes to see it square. He has
Oh, yeah.
appreciation.
I like
But
that too.
hold
I
on.
like
the
that
purists
area
of the
too.
game would like to see it behind the bowler's
Bowler's
arm,
arm.
to see the movement of the ball on and off the wicket. So these are things. There are different persons who like to see
Yeah,
the game
yeah.
from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But
I
think
like
it's-
square as well.
I think it's important that, and even by tomorrow afternoon, you will see a complete transformation of
Further.
that ground. By tomorrow afternoon. By when you come here on Thursday morning, the branding will be in. All the perimeter boards in.
Right.
All
International.
The
Oh, yeah,
branding,
yeah,
all- so you will get an appreciation
broadcast field.
of what is doing. Because the camera crews will be on the ground from this morning
Okay.
to equip and run every line to have this ready for first ball on Thursday.
Thursday morning.
Okay, and all what was up in Barbados came down to be placed here.
Yeah.
So there are crews that are coming with specific functions and purposes to just deliver. So the branding on the field, the setting up of all the cameras and the entire, there's a production room. I'm not trying to make Richie and the team here look bad.
Yeah.
That is 500 times larger than what we're seeing here. When you go into that room, it's mind-boggling in terms of the number of persons, what they are doing, and to deliver the whole event,
Yeah.
Whole experience, yeah.
the whole experience on on camera. So that's why it's a number of players, a number of things that will come together at the right
They're putting
time.
nets up. Are they getting ready for a practice this morning?
Yes, the
Oh, okay.
teams will be on the ground today.
Okay.
I think it might be England first. I'm subject to correction. Might be England. The two outer strips
Yeah.
are for practice strips.
Right.
The teams will come and practice have a feel of the wicket itself, not the match strip. So
Right.
that's why they're putting up all the nets and
Protect it,
to
no.
protect that match strip. They will have access to it to see it, but not play on it.
Right.
Okay, they will
Right.
practice on the end strips. There are 2 end strips that have been done for them, and they will use that to practice.
Practice.
Brilliant,
Going
brilliant.
into the game. And the first session is this morning. The first team will be on the ground here this morning.
So we ready?
I think we are.
Yeah.
You know, I think we are.
We're
As a
ready.
matter of fact, we can put up the 6 thumbs, get them past here. Let's play. You know, I think.
I asked you a while ago, I said, on your list of deliverables, sir, if you had to do from 1 to 40, what number would you choose? You tell me. Anyway, now you tell me you're right.
No, we are ready. But Brenda, knowing me, you know, I will, you know, it's not a situation. I'm not going to sign off and say, go home and, you know, and relax. The next 48 hours is going to be
It's
there.
not done until it's done.
Done,
You
yeah.
know, I will take a deep breath probably on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
When I feel, you know, but
Right.
until then, you have to be on top of the game to ensure that what has to be done is done. And if there's an issue, most importantly, that it can be responded to. The last time we had a game here, and I keep making mention of it, there was a flood outside in River Road.
I remember,
There was a flood. The basements in this facility was under 6 inches of water. The broadcast production room had 4 inches of water. And when I went in there and I made the calls and got the ground team in, and we put the elements together, the next day there was cricket at the stadium and
I
nobody
recall.
knew.
Yeah, that was
So
amazing.
you,
That was,
you know, so you have to be prepared
Yeah.
to respond to the challenges, and you can never tell what can happen.
what can happen?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're
Yeah.
keeping our fingers crossed. As I said, we are very fortunate that all the stars aligned. Bits and pieces came
Falling
together,
together.
and we have a perfect scenario here to have the great end, great climax to a good experience.
Yeah.
And I hope that Grenada will do the Caribbean cricket proud, and the world as a result will always remember
Yeah.
Grenada.
Trust Grenada becomes the apex to the Apex series. Really hope so. I'm sure we will. Troy, thank you so much. Thank you so much on behalf of a grateful nation.
No, thank you.
Because we know this has been, you know, hard for you and all the teams, GTA, Stadium Authority, police, groundsmen, construction crew, Ministry of Sports, Government of Grenada, private partners, everyone, airport, the whole airport.
We can list them. I think,
everyone, taxi, everybody.
I think that,
you know, because it's broad-based.
The National Lotteries Authority it needs to, we need to tip our hats. You know,
Okay, wonderful.
the role of our Minister of Sport, Honorable Yolan Bain Hosford, she has been there directing, ensuring that things are done, making the resources available for us. The team at the Ministry of Sport, Ms. Sandy. I need to identify those people who make the things happen. Ms. Sandy, the PS.
There's always those who go above and beyond.
The PS, Ms. Fredericks, who has been there, a phone call away. To ensure that these persons it's just not just about 1 or 2 persons. There are a number of persons who came together. Here, Kenzie, the Prime Minister, showed up with his 2 cents when we least expected it.
Yeah.
You know, and all these
Yeah.
things
No,
lift.
it's good to hear that.
You
It
know,
means
Yeah.
that his eye is on it. and
You know,
this
there's a
isn't-
complete buy-in.
Yeah,
There's a
you
complete
know,
buy-in in
yeah.
terms of the importance.
If Grenada was a company, he's a chief executive
You know,
officer. He
so
has
he's-
to make sure
what-
that
and
everything
he's
is
not
there.
going to sit
Yeah.
and take it for granted. You know,
Absolutely.
And he asks, you know,
Yeah.
he asks certain questions. What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
This, you know, based on it. So there's a number of persons, and I personally now would like to tell, you know, say thank you for being there, for responding. You know, we have to go back to the customs to continue to get things to ensure that you know, it's on the ground. Mr. Barry and Mr. Bellafon, and so at the customs, Mr. Gordon at the international airport. All these are persons that you call on, and they make it happen for you.
Wonderful.
You know, and we're not going to take it for granted that it's not. The Ministry of Finance, the PS, and so on to ensure
Yeah.
that what has to happen
Yeah.
happens. So, you know,
Critical.
it's quite critical. We are
Yeah.
very, very thankful that we can deliver.
Yeah.
It's all for country, it's all about country, and I think that we should come on out and let's
Yeah.
enjoy the cricket. Let's
Yeah,
come
man.
on, enjoy the ball. Come on, have a good time, and
For and about country.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
always that. And
Yeah.
So.
Great. That is fantastic. So we leave you here this morning at the sites of the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. Those of you viewing online, those of you in the diaspora who's going to make it over in the next 2 days, yeah, I'm sure you're excited to come home. Those of you who can't, well, next time, but you'll be able to view the cricket, I'm sure, through the international broadcast. And to those of you making up your minds, we are ready for the third and final test match, that is, between the West Indies and England. The Apex Series culminates here in St. George's, Grenada, from Thursday the 24th of March through to Monday, the 28th of March. Let's come out and make this one special for Grenada, for West Indies, and a special thank you to all of those who made it possible. Again, Mr. Garvey, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, our best wishes. And Mr. Campbell, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous that you got to feel the feel before I did.
Yeah, well,
But that's okay. I enjoy the viewing parts.
okay.
And that's our program, everyone. I'd like to thank Senator Diali as well, who had to leave us early this morning as there were some other calls on his time. We appreciate it for all of us here at Perspectives. All the great work from our technical team who brought you the great views and the sights and the sounds this morning from the middle at the National Cricket Stadium. Our executive producer, Mr. Richie Oliver, Cullen Dragon, who was out there this morning, Kirk Oliver as well, our camera specialist. They were doing all the great camera work. Nazim Benjamin, professional streaming and I'm sure switching at times, because I saw his hands all over the place. And Mr. Blondell George, who did the wonderful direction of the program this morning. We thank all of you gentlemen. That's our program. We shall not be here on Monday. Cricket is on and our studio is in use. All right, so enjoy the cricket, enjoy the next few days. Let's take a break from all that COVID and this and that and just free up. For everyone here at Perspectives, I'm Brenda Batiste. Bye-bye.
Never in my wildest dreams would I have anticipated an Olympic Games during a pandemic. As if preparations weren't tough enough, coronavirus became a new hurdle for me to overcome. And hurdling is not even my event. Nevertheless, I accepted my fate. There was so much to achieve and so many people counting on me. I had to do what I had to do. And one of those necessary steps was getting vaccinated. Not only to protect myself and my loved ones, but also because I was determined to secure another win for my country. Not even a pandemic would get in the way of that mission. I know my people well, and I know that the determination I possess is not a trait unique to just myself. It's in every Grenadian, the will to overcome and that desire to win. The fact of the matter is that if we as a people intend to come out of this pandemic victorious, we too must do what is necessary. We must follow the protocols such as social distancing, wearing a mask properly. We must listen to the experts. We can make certain lifestyle changes to boost our health, like exercising regularly, eating the right foods. And also, we must strongly and absolutely consider getting vaccinated against COVID-19 and its variants. As someone who is vaccinated, I feel confident in being home, being able to participate and run again. And that's my dream, to see families running on the beaches again, to see children running on the playgrounds, shopkeepers running their businesses, bus drivers running the roads, and the love and happiness running through the heart and spirit of us all Grenadians. There's no one solution, but if we take the necessary steps, we will get back on our feet and we will get running again.
Welcome home.
Get vax. It's your best shot. Hello.
A message from the Ministry of Health.